Good evening, and welcome to tonight's edition of A Closer Look. I'm your host, Jessica Lewis. Tonight, we bring you the heartbreaking tale of a young woman who suffers from cataplexy, a severe symptom of the neurological disorder narcolepsy. To understand the complexities of cataplexy, we first must unravel the mysteries of narcolepsy. The strange world of narcolepsy is one filled with hallucinations, paralysis, uncontrollable fits of sleep that attack without warning, all accompanied by the insatiable need for sleep. I had the privilege of sitting down with Dr. Francine Taylor, a leading expert in sleep research here at UVic. Let's now take a closer look. Thanks for taking the time to sit down with me, Dr. Taylor.
Anytime, Jessica.
So, Doctor, what exactly is narcolepsy?
Narcolepsy is a neurological disorder that affects the control between sleep and wakefulness. People with narcolepsy often experience sleepiness throughout the day and periodic, uncontrollable episodes of falling asleep.
Why can't these people just have a quick cup of coffee to perk themselves up?
It's actually a bit more complicated than that, Jessica. These people are experiencing excessive daytime sleepiness. Regardless of how long or how well their sleep was the previous night, they'll feel mentally and physically exhausted. This exhaustion is so intense that a simple cup of coffee can't give them the energy boost that you or I would experience. When people have narcoleptic episodes, they're immediately entering REM sleep. That's a sleep cycle that normally people enter after 90 minutes of sleep.
So we aren't just talking about the need for a quick power nap. So what exactly causes narcolepsy?
Well, the symptoms normally appear during adolescence between the ages of 10 to 25, and they persist throughout the person's lifetime. So pathophysiological studies have shown that orexin, which is a neurotransmitter also known as hypocretin, is the neurotransmitter behind this disorder. Orexin in healthy brains is known to be responsible for wakefulness and allows us to stay awake throughout the day. Animal studies have shown that damage to the lateral hypothalamus, which is the area in the brain that produces orexin, damage to this area is what causes narcolepsy. The exact causes of a person's inability to produce orexin are unknown. However, exciting new research has actually found that there's an area on chromosome 6 called the HLA complex that actually shows that there might be a genetic predisposition for this disorder.
So, tell me about some of the symptoms, Doctor.
Narcolepsy is characterized by 4 classic symptoms, often referred to as the tetrad of narcolepsy. These include hypnagogic hallucinations, automatic behavior, sleep paralysis, and cataplexy. Cataplexy is considered to be unique to narcolepsy, and similar to sleep paralysis, the usually protective paralysis mechanism occurring during sleep is inappropriately active.
Sarah Thompson is not your average 23-year-old. She is a long-time sufferer of cataplexy. At any given moment, Sarah's body could give way to her frightening disease, causing her to collapse anywhere, leaving her paralyzed and vulnerable. In one day, Sarah can experience over 30 episodes. The random sleep attacks are often brought on by emotional reactions. In the majority of cases, positive emotions trigger these episodes, forcing her to live a life of emotional neutrality. Clearly, life for Sarah is a constant struggle. So, Sarah, take me through an average day in your life.
Well, I usually wake up around 6 in the morning as I often have a hard time sleeping in. I take my medication and I usually have my bowl of Cheerios. Between the time that I've woken up and actually had my breakfast, I've usually had at least 1 or 2 episodes. So you can imagine it's pretty hard to get my day started, pretty hopeless feeling. I take all my classes online because I tried the whole school thing, but there was just so many times I fell asleep in such awkward places that I just couldn't handle it anymore.
Tell me, what kind of places have you fallen asleep in?
Oh my gosh, I've fallen asleep at the bus stop, I've fallen asleep at the grocery store, at the movie theater, I've even fallen asleep on a date, which is something I never want to do again.
Tell me, Sarah, how has your disorder affected your social and romantic life? Glad to have you back, Sarah. So, as I was saying, how has your disorder impacted your social life?
Well, it's pretty hard to have one because I'm constantly falling asleep or worrying about doing so. I spend a lot of time at home playing on my computer, practicing my jazz flute. I guess I'm kind of what you could call a homebody.
Sarah, your spirit and strength are truly an inspiration. If there was one thing that you would like our viewers at home to know about your condition, what would it be?
I think that the media and the movies have portrayed this disorder in a very comedic way, and I just want the people at home to be aware of how serious it is and how much it impacts my life on a daily basis.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for sharing your story tonight.
No worries.
Although Sarah's story may appear dismal, there is a silver lining to this dark cloud. Despite having no cure, this disorder can be managed with the delicate combination of stimulants, sleeping pills, and lifestyle changes. Researchers are making incredible progress at unmasking the enigma that is narcolepsy. Their research is focused on restoring orexin levels within the cerebral spinal fluid of narcoleptic patients. I'm afraid that's all the time that we have for today. I'm your host, Jessica Lewis. I'd like to thank you again for joining me in taking a closer look.